Hey, welcome back to my channel Duct Tape Mechanic and to another episode of my series Free on Facebook, a series of videos in which I find things for free and I show you how to repair them, recycle them, or repurpose them in another manner. In this video, I got this Whirlpool washing machine that's not starting and I'm going to show you how to fix it. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. Even though this particular machine is a Whirlpool, this video is going to apply to a lot of different models because Whirlpool essentially owns Maytag, Amana, Kenmore. So as long as your washing machine has these 6 lights followed by this pause play button or this start pause button right here, this video is going to apply for you. And the way we're going to resolve this issue is going to be exactly the same. And for example, this is a Maytag washing machine, and essentially it's a little bit older than this Whirlpool, but it's exactly the same machine where it's got the 6 lights and the pause play button. So the video is going to apply for that as well. So the main reason why your washing machine is not starting, this type of washing machine doesn't start, can be due to a lid switch or a lid lock issue. Now, this issue presents itself in 2 ways. If the lid lock has something going on with it, where the solenoid inside is burned electronically, then your washing machine here won't get any lights at all. So it won't even have a sensing light on. So that would also be a lid lock issue. And another reason would be, or another symptom would be that you hear a clicking noise and the sensing light comes on, but it doesn't progress further than that. And that's because the lid lock is physically broken. So, but it's electronically okay, but it's physically broken. So both of those issues would lead to your washer not starting. One of them would be that there's no lights at all, and one of them is that this sensing light is flashing, and I believe the lid lock light will also be flashing. So I'm going to show you how to resolve that issue in this video and get your washer back up and running. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is go to the back of the washer, or bring the back of the washer to us. Then we'll be undoing these 3 screws. 1, 2, and the 3rd one's right here, and it's going to release this cover plate that protects the pressure hose. Okay, with the screws undone, I'm going to pull the entire top towards myself, then up. So like that, and then up. And then go ahead and rest it on the hinges. Next thing we'll be doing is undoing these 2 1/4-inch screws and then releasing the wiring harness from that clip there and that clip down there, then setting the whole lock assembly into the tub. I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so I undid the 2 screws and I've released it from the clamps right there, and it's just kind of dangling right here. Alright, so after that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting a screwdriver and pushing down on these hinges here, and this hinges here, and that will allow us access to the control board, and we can undo the lid lock mechanism from the main control board. Alright, so with the hinges undone, we're going to go ahead and put the top back down. You want to be gentle. And then you want to grab this whole head unit and just rotate, kind of lift it up and kind of rotate it down like this. And that'll give you access to the control board. You're like, hey, which one of these is the lid switch? Well, all you got to do is follow the wire that comes in from the cabin, and then you'll see that it's actually this one right here. Your connector may look a little bit different because that depends on what model number you have, but conceptually it's all the same. You'll have this little connector right here, and then all you got to do is unplug it from the board and then just pinch this connector right here, and then it'll just drop right down. Alright, so it's just going to unplug it. That's that unplugged. And I guess it's also attached via this clip right here. We're gonna have to get a screwdriver to undo that real quick. Just release this right here. Just gonna slot it in there and just go this way, and that'll release that. And then this also, just pinch it on both sides, and let's see, it'll pop right out. So we just stick this down there, and that'll free up the lid lock mechanism. All right, so the next part, we're just gonna loosely put this back like this. You don't want to snap it in just yet, but just kind of keep a hand on it. You can also tape this part down so it doesn't flop and hit against the wall or anything, but then it's just gonna lift the entire top back up and remove the old lid switch. And there we go. And as you can see, here's our entire lid lock and lid switch mechanism right here. And to install it is just everything but in reverse. So we'll do that next. All right, so this is the part number, but like I said, based on your model number, the part number is going to vary a little bit just because of that electrical connector. So this is W102-38287. But I often get questions like, hey, can I bypass the lid switch mechanism? And the answer is no, not on this particular, not on these style of washers. On the older style washer, you can bypass the lid switch because it's just a lid switch. This is a lid switch and a lid locking mechanism, so it actually has a coil, and it actually gives what the specs on the coil is there too. So it's a solenoid that locks the lid as well. In the past, on the older washing machines, it was just a lid switch. It was just a safety mechanism that would cut off the tub from spinning. But this is a switch which senses the lid being down and a locking mechanism. So you can't bypass this. So you do have to install a new one if yours breaks. Okay, so let's get to the install next. Okay, to install it first, we're going to line up the screws on the lid lock mechanism, so with the holes on that side of the striker. So just going to come up here and make sure that the holes are all lined up like so, and then just screw it back in. So after those have been screwed in, we're going to come just put the wiring harness through the retaining clamps here, 1 and 2, and then we're going to stick the connector through this hole right here and pop this into place as well. We've got our replacement mechanism in there. It's secured all the way along the body of the washer, and it's pushed in here. Just pop this in. So now we're just gonna gently put down the top and connect it back to the main control board. All right, so we come back to the top and we find out that our electrical connector is right here, and we'll connect it back to the main control board connector right here. And don't worry, you can't really screw this up because this is keyed in a way where it's only going to go one way. So we're just going to put it in like so. It's going to snap into place. And okay, so after it's been connected into the main control board, you can also put this back on the wire, the connector right here to make sure it's nice and secure. Just get right there and just snap it into place. There we go. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we're going to snap this control board back into place. And what it's got on this end of it right here, I want to be a little bit more gentle than that, but it's got 2 hooks and the clamp, and it goes to the holes that are back here. So we're going to put the plastic hooks in first, like so, and I'm going to make sure they're both in on the back side on both sides. Okay, once the plastic hooks are in, then we're just going to press down and it should just snap into place. Perfect. Now to snap the top into place, it's got that little slit right there is going to go into those hooks right there, that hook right there, and then we're going to push it back and it's going to snap right in. So I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I'm just going to bring it down onto the hooks. Make sure it's onto the hooks on both sides, and then we're just going to push it towards the wall. There we go. After that, we're going to put the 3 screws and the pressure plate back on, or the plate that protects the pressure tube back on. Alright, so that's how a approximately $35 part can prevent you from spending $600 on a new washing machine, and it can also prevent your old washing machine from ending up in the landfill. So if you found this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.